Hello, my little ice cubes, and welcome. It is your glorious, thick, amazing Oni sis, Carla Nevermelt, and today's a very special episode. Before we get to any of that, everyone, please say your names. Erica.
Hold on. Shouldn't the censor bar be like above on my eyeballs?
Oh, what I decided to do is because you have horns, that might be air quote offensive. So, I had to censor your horns out.
But I can't do that. Make that quota anymore.
Oh crap! That's right. I wanted you. Okay, you know what? Boop. There you go.
Okay. Hang on. I am not a criminal. Okay, you're supposed to then switch it to like a pixelated version, like a.
We don't have pixels though.
Yeah, we don't have pixels.
Oh, shit,
Erica, we're live, Erica.
Okay,
we don't have
whatever. Alright, well you can just move it back up to there then. I was essentially gonna quote episode 6 of Excel Saga, where they introduced the character Misaki.
Oh no! It's listen. We're on a budget. We have bubblegum, budget where
Bubblegum Crisis.
We can't afford fancy censorship.
Yeah, we're not Michael Bay, okay?
Or like never mind.
But anywho. So Erica. Oh, and don't forget, because your last name is a bit controversial, it's Iron Juice instead of blood, so no one's offended.
I am Erica Iron
Juice.
Juice? Question mark?
Iron Horseshoe.
She's giving us the juice.
Iron Juice. Okay. Iron Pulse. I know. Iron Impulse.
But anywho. And Abyssal?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. This is Abyssal Tech. And see, my head was in the shop for repairs and a general buffing. So I had to use a spare.
And it's totally not creepy whatsoever. Just like the Joker gas and what Morbius does to his victims.
No, it's more like how Morbius sucks the blood from his victims in the Amazing Spider-Man cartoon.
But anywho, and
because a vampire drinking blood from the neck is way too graphic, but fleshy mouths on your hands, that's perfectly okay for a kid's
Given
cartoon.
the extra naughty touch.
Oh, no. Anywho, Silhouette, please say hello, and I hope you enjoy your water gun. It was from 4Kids. They didn't, need it anymore due to, so...
No, it's from FLCL. He won a prize eating ice cream, and yeah, that's the prize he got.
But anywho, Silhouette, please introduce yourself to the ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, I'm Alex the Kid. Somebody replace my revolver with a water gun. Please help.
Okay, so, with the introductions out of the way, now, first and foremost, let's get the one thing out of the way that we always do, and that is, of course, the anime of the week or day, what do you want to call it.
We are recommending the anime known as Shimaneta, or A Boring World Where the Concept of Dirty Jokes does not exist. Are you? There we go.
Ta-da!
The censor bar is
Yes,
on
yes,
the wrong
yes,
layer.
yes. Man, we are professional, everybody. I swear to God, we are professionals. There you go.
Okay.
We are cleverly disguised as professional and semi-functional adults.
Yes.
So basically, this is a dystopian anime where set in a version of Japan where I assume some sort of extremist political group has somehow managed to get the government to ban anything obscene and offensive under the guise of protecting moral integrity of Japanese culture. So
Mhm.
basically, hentai, sexy anime figurines.
Even the words,
Yeah,
like
even the word.
you can
cannot
you could
even
have a
say the
you
fuck
could have a
word.
SWAT team show
Yeah,
up for serious just saying the word boobs.
yeah. There's
Mhm.
like literally. You even have like little sensors on your hands, so you can't even do certain motions without them being all like, "Hey, you're doing something immoral.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
against the
mind
law."
you, this is supposed to be just a fictional serial anime, but yet, as we see the days and years go by, this anime
Recent
is becoming more realistic than ever
It
before.
reminds me of that one meme of I wrote this book saying do not build the death machine.
The
Or
torment. The torment
yeah,
necklace. I love that book.
Don't build the torment nexus. And then later, we have built the torment nexus from this book called Don't Build the Torment Nexus.
Oh yes, because that's what you should totally do. But
Yeah.
yes,
But yeah,
because of all that's going on in the world today, we figured that Shimonetta is the appropriate anime of the day to pick.
mhm.
And sadly, again, this anime is becoming live action in real time than being a
The state of the world is getting too similar to this anime. It's supposed to be a cautionary tale, but
A
it's
very humorous cautionary tale at that.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
life is imitating art really fast in the
Yeah.
wrong kind of hurry.
Yes. Now, with that being said, though, let me start this off by talking about what is today's subject, that being censorship. And there's a quote I like to point out, that being censorship is telling the man he cannot have the steak because the baby cannot chew it. And what this means clearly is, why do you, the grown adult, have to prevent yourself from enjoying something made for you just because an infant or anyone that's not able to enjoy it cannot enjoy it? Why must you limit yourself just because?
personally, I would like to use honey, but
Oh no,
apparently that
technicality.
doesn't rule.
Oh no,
It
technicality.
works in a lot of different ways, but yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
analogies should be best kept simple.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Poke,
I
poke, poke.
personally believe that censorship is the enemy of freedom and creativity
Mhm.
and
And yet-
individuality.
You actually do occasionally see legit uses for censorship,
I
Mhm.
mean,
like,
yeah, to a
for-
degree, yeah.
for self-censorship, like if you're censoring yourself to basically have your show on TV in general, like, for example, using light bars.
There are 7 words you can't say in television.
Yes. Now,
Mhm.
first, let's just go something simplistic, something easy, and talk about
Yeah.
just being a devil's advocate, the good in censorship. Case in point, a good type of
Then
censorship.
you have some horrible crime come up, and they basically censor out most of like the violence and stuff.
Or they try to basically to they allude to the crime going on without actually showing the crime.
Yeah.
Well, one example that I can come up with is a fun fact for you about Crash Bandicoot. His death scene where his head is
Crash
out of
Bandicoot.
shoes. Well, apparently that scene is censored in Japan because at the time there was a criminal that would decapitate, I can speak, I swear, his
Oh.
victims and put the head on, well, their shoes. A very morbid and an appropriate kind of censorship, just like with
That reminds
censorship.
me of one of the reasons why the 26th episode of Excel Saga was not allowed to air on television. They basically make a reference to I forget exactly what year it was, but it was the sarin gas attack. A sarin gas attack in a Tokyo subway in late
Yam Shinrikyo.
19... Yeah, yeah.
And
Yes.
also in technicality, for another example of good, appropriate censorship, would be during 9/11, where it's understandable why that scene from Lilo and Stitch had to be cut out because
They actually were trying to change the name of the second Lord of the Rings movie because they were worried people would confuse it with the Twin Towers. They're like, "Oh, can you just change it to something other than Two Towers?" And Peter Jackson was like, "It's been that way for a long time. It's the name of the book. I'm not changing it."
That kind of brings into the fact that censorship and the people doing the censoring are usually very stupid individuals.
Oh yeah, like Speedy Gonzalez. Warner Brothers essentially removed Speedy Gonzalez because they thought he was offensive to Mexicans, and then
he was beloved by Mexicans.
Yeah, like loads of Mexicans called Warner Brothers in anger, demanding the return of Speedy Gonzalez.
And I absolutely love that, but we're going to get more into something like that a bit later, because I just wanted to do a thing where we at least be the devil's advocate here, right? Where we tell the good about it, but here's the thing. The good is very rare, if not just 1% of
Usually
the time.
it's to ensure that people do not see any like incredibly disturbing imagery.
Yes. And go on, Silhouette.
There tends to be sometimes in some shows where there's a lot of restrictions and stuff like that, that the creators are able to be a little bit more creative to kind of like get around it and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I mean, obviously, you're not going to be able to show, certain bits of nudity on screen, but having the important bits be creatively covered up really is good.
And sometimes if in regards to scary or terrifying stuff, sometimes the censored version is even more scary than the original idea. Case in point with Morbius from the animated Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s.
Yeah.
And also, I guess the Return of the Joker movie of Batman Begins. Instead of just impaling the guy, the Joker essentially gasses him.
Spoilers, Erica.
Yes,
also, it's Batman Beyond, not Batman Begins.
Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
No, it's Batman Beyond.
Yes.
Well, I mean, either way. Like that right
Batman
there.
Begins.
Sometimes
It's Batman Beyond. It's set in the cyberpunk future version of Gotham.
Sometimes censorship
Bruce
can
Wayne
be
is like
a bit
retired.
more creative, such as with the whole Morbius thing, and Joker, where it's like, yeah, we can have Joker put out a Glock and shoot you, but we need to talk about, he's the Joker, he's a clown.
The comic,
clowns too.
actually, I don't think the comic book code was even around when the Joker was first introduced.
Oh, he was.
It's hard to... So the comic code goes way, way back to like 1930s, but
Oh, okay.
or even beyond that. So,
And actually, the comic book code ended up just being nullified after there was a Spider-Man issue where they wanted to basically create a anti-drug PSA, but the comic book code just said no drugs, no nothing. So they just decided, let's just make the comic and just not give a shit about whether or not it's approved by the comic book code. And apparently people still bought the books, and more people were like, okay, well, why do we have a comic book code if people aren't gonna care if it's approved or not?
Yeah, there you go.
And so,
there you
yeah.
go. But anywho. But no,
Yeah.
to kind of, round it up too, like I said, I just wanted to do that little segment to get the good of censorship, what is good. But censorship
Okay, hold
has
on
been
one moment. I'm going to BRB for a bit.
Oh, okay.
he's going to morb!
It's morbid time. But no, for real though, censorship has been a thing ever since, ancient art itself, where you got Michelangelo's David, where used to you could just see his glory, but because the Romans were a bit more prudish, they wanted to cover it up because they were offended. But now we kind of see something similar like that in this day and age, where if a woman shows too much skin, you got certain individuals. I will be nice, Abyssal. I said individuals, not what I wanted to say. That will, be offended by, well, pretty ladies. But though,
On that subject, can I mention something?
mm-hmm.
So with like cartoons and stuff, they couldn't give like the female characters the larger breasts and stuff like that. So they went about it to giving them like curvy figures and wide hips and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the cartoons back then used to, well, probably still do have like a lot of moms characters with like very wide hips and stuff.
Pixar
Huh,
says
is that
hello.
Is that the precursor to the Pixar mom?
You know what's
physique?
funny? It's not just Pixar, but it's still a thing because me and my friends were watching Monster High
I mean, to
G3.
be fair, when a woman gets pregnant and has a child and gives birth to a child,
Hold on,
they
Erica, you can't say that. That's censored. We can't do that.
Oh no, we're gonna get,
He's trying to corrupt the youth!
piss off.
As my old man used to say, better to piss off than to be pissed on.
Unless you're into that,
Indeed.
in which case you're a freak.
But yeah, basically, during that process, a woman tends to obtain baby weight and gets like
It's that
noticeably
dump
thicker.
truck.
Oh yeah, and also there are other parts, but yeah.
But no,
Mhm.
but no, for real though,
Essentially, she starts to develop what is referred to as the mom bod.
oh yeah. Which, by the way, what's funny is it's still a thing today
Okay, quick
because
question: how does the dad bod develop?
I have no idea.
Well,
But as
Dad bods are a kind of an evolutionary mindset to basically protect ourselves from being stabbed,
Mhm.
and to show, while also showing that as we are well fed, we can feed others very well too.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Thank
But like
you.
I was trying to say though, the whole mom bod, the thick, dump truck. What's funny is me and my friends decided to give Monster High G3 a chance, and I'm glad we did because it really is pretty good. What I loved about it is that the female adult mother characters had that Pixar mom bod. Was like, holy shit, they're cooking. But anywho, let's get back on track though. So, to start things off when it comes to censorship, we kind of can go back to the 90s when Toonami and other games were coming out. Case in point, I'm pretty sure we all seen when Cartoon Network said, hey, at 10 o'clock, we're gonna play the uncensored version of Dragon Ball Z. Where you get to see the blood and You
It
could
was
see.
also uncut, so you basically saw a bunch of saw how long it would take for them to actually defeat an enemy, and also a bunch of the in-between scenes, like the whole Piccolo looking over Gohan and training him and stuff. It's just like they showed Gohan waking up, like, oh man, I need to, and just using the restroom essentially. And
Mhm.
I was I don't know if I was a kid or if I was like a young teen, but I was like, okay, maybe there was a reason why they decided not to have have this for like the American audience.
I remember late at night on Tsunami. Well, not Tsunami. I think it was just a segment that came on that late at night. The Dragon Ball Z uncut episodes
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Mhm.
it was
Yeah,
more like it wasn't like I was saying, oh my gosh, this is bad. It was more I was like, okay, yeah, this kind of this feels like padding. It does it I
Mhm.
can understand why people who are like Dragon Ball Z, it's a super fast, high-powered action show, would not want these like in betweens, kind of like day-to-day, everyday life segments. It probably
Yes.
would, yeah.
But yeah, no, like you got to see, again the censorship, what it really was with the whole with the blood, Raditz and Goku taking the special beam cannon to the chest, how gory and awesome that was. You can see what
hmm
Frieza looked
I
like.
remember playing Dragon Ball Z Budokai and having to get forcibly get was it Radix?
Yeah,
I think it was
Reddit.
Radix.
Raditz,
Yeah, getting
Raditz.
Radix into the correct position by rotating both joysticks.
Mm. But though, and not just that, but you see here in the West at least, and sometimes in Japan, but blood and gore to an extent is kind of censored. Not just that, but also to kind of talk about censorship. Let's talk about Sailor Moon, for example, and I'm just gonna throw this out there. I find it hilarious how Twitter likes to talk about how problematic Japan is with the whole LGBT community. And yet, Sailor Moon had
To be,
Uranus and Neptune, who were lesbians. Meanwhile, here in America,
okay.
they
To be
were
fair,
Covians.
to be fair, most of the people complaining seldom leave their Shonen Jump anime bubble.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. And
Yeah, they basically only watch shonen anime that is adapted from Shonen Jump manga.
mhm,
So
mhm.
that's why they're always complain about, oh my gosh, why is there so much fan service? Oh my gosh, why is this only about
Wait, that
like teen? I don't know why I'm doing that
that
accent.
that, that doesn't make sense. If they read Shonen Jump manga, then they would know that these shows have
Oh,
fan service.
that's the
Yeah,
thing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
literally
that
that
is
one SpongeBob
it's
meme where the kid is crying and the adult's like, "Then why
I
did you
think
order it?"
it's quite possible that they know that it's going to be full of fan service just so they know that they'll have something to complain about. It's possible that that's the reason.
Yeah, because how many
That's
times have you
actually
heard this? Fire Force would be a great anime if it wasn't for the fan service. I was like,
yeah, they're basically complaining about it purely to farm like more like points or whatever.
mm-hmm.
It's like people will be like, "Oh my gosh, true, dude, yeah, I agree with you, man. You're right," and so they feel validated.
Well, let's
They
let
feel a
Cal
validation
continue
of
what
my
you were
foot
saying.
upside their head.
hmm
But
Anyway,
oh no, one thing to also kind of thought that though is like, Sailor Moon was censored very heavily with the whole LGBT elements. One season was even taken out because, if I'm not mistaken, to any Sailor Moon hardcore fans out there, by all means educate me. But I believe there's a season where there were these bad guys who transformed into women, and it had to be cut out because, well, and I'm not pretty sure they
We
would.
can't have Otokonoko an American in a. We cannot have kids learning about what Otokonoko is.
And mind you, by the way, these are the idiots that will sit there and say Japan is problematic when yet Sailor Moon says hello.
Actually, how the if I recall correctly, the 4Kids One Piece still had Mr. 2, like, as an actual character.
I think what they did with that, if I recall, actually not. No, hold on to that because we're going to talk about 4Kids after this. Because again, it's like to be fair, Erica, tell everyone about the Bobobo censorship because there's something else to thought that too.
Okay, so usually with Toonami, anime would get censored. Mainly, it was when there was like excessive nudity or something. Most common episodes that just got skipped were when the characters went to a hot springs. Like in Outlaw Star, I think it's the second. It's like the episode before like the big 2-part finale, where they go to the hot springs world and Gene Starwind is like, okay, I need the most powerful bullets for the spellcaster, which is this this gun that shoots magic. And so he goes to these wizards who are like the only people that can create caster shells. And they're like, we will give you the shells if you give us if you take this camera and record our fellow wizard lady while she's in the hot spring. And he's like, oh, fine. Yeah. But yeah, they obviously like skipped that episode, so just Gene randomly has these super powerful caster shells that I think one of them creates a black hole, a miniature black hole in the center of the target's body, I think.
And also,
such overpowered.
And
yeah.
also,
I mean, they are the most powerful caster shells in the entire series.
And also, Demon has the right idea too. But like, no.
Yeah. But with Bobo, it's just a very wacky comedy show. Apparently, too wacky even for Japan because the series got canceled right before right in the middle of the penultimate arc, essentially. Yeah, but basically, starting out at least, Toonami removed several scenes in order to maintain maintain a proper rating for television, for the television time slot. One of which is just very bizarre. It's a scene in, I believe, the 8th episode. There's suddenly this massive castle in this room, and there's like a bunch of soldiers that are trying to storm the castle, but the battlements are just completely destroying them. And yeah, for some reason, this scene was cut from the episode when it aired on Toonami.
Mm-hmm. Now the thing with Toonami and to an extension 4Kids is it was more so just you couldn't show blood and guts to children, and let's be real, the Sailor Moon thing, you couldn't show that we LGBT people exist because apparently we're too controversial for Karens. But with other types of censorship, we're now going to jump on over to 4Kids, where it just doesn't make sense, because when it comes to 4Kids and how they censor things, if it was Japanese, it was censored for whatever reason. And the thing I always, ask was, do these, because they sat there and said...
Sorry, I was just remembering, so there's an abridged series that is adapted from the 4Kids version of Sonic X. And in one scene, originally the character had a bottle of wine, but in the 4Kids version, it's a salami. So afterwards, they are visibly drunk, but it's after they've eaten this salami. So this abridged series makes a joke. One
That's some good
person's like,
salami right there.
I did not know salami could do that to you."
I'm
Yeah.
glad you said something about being drunk. Hold on to that thought though. But when it comes to 4 kids from the 90s to the early 2000s, the censorship was absolute batshit insane due to they would censor anything that was Japanese, and as we all know,
All
nothing beats a
kanji was
dirty
erased
donut.
and oh yeah, oh yeah.
And
Apparently,
And
okay.
they did that because they didn't want to quote unquote confuse the children. To which my
They thought
question
kids
is,
were too stupid to know what a rice ball was.
oh yeah, that, and it's like my question is, what happens when little Susie goes to a Chinese restaurant or Taco Bell? And yes, I know Taco Bell's not authentic Mexican food.
It's
That's not
more
the point.
Tex-Mex, if anything.
But the point here is, not every place is going to have hamburgers and pizza. And it was just
Or
so,
hot dogs, or
yeah, it was just so bizarre. And of course, let's not
I know.
forget how silly sometimes it was. Like, in one of these pictures you'll see in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where the 2 agents are holding a gun, but in the censored version, they're, pointing at Kaiba saying, "You're gonna come with us." Like, that is not threatening in the least.
Oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure the Shadow Realm was
Mhm.
essentially hell.
Yeah. No. The Shadow Realm, you died. You would die, not this whole.
Oh, okay. I originally thought it was you're dragged to hell, into hell. I did not know it was like, yeah, we kill you. That makes a lot more sense.
No.
Especially considering in the original version of the anime, Pegasus dies. He doesn't like get incredibly sick from losing his Millennium Eye.
No, he dies. But like, it's a thing, and of course you can't show death in a kid's show, air quote. Because like, how many times have you seen Disney death? Yes, they fall, but you know the character died. You know Gaston died.
Have you not seen Tarzan?
Oh God, that one was even more brutal.
Yeah.
He was hung.
Also, it's one of, yeah. Oh, and also in Disney's Atlantis, Atlantis: The Lost Empire, the dude fucking exploded.
Oh, and
turned
don't
into
forget
some crystal monster and blew up.
And don't forget, don't forget,
also like the Russian, like the femme fatale. Also, I think she like blew up with the Zeppelin. I think.
But anywho.
I don't really remember.
But no.
I need to
4 kids though. 4 kids was doing its own thing. Again, they claimed that their censorship was for the quote-unquote children, but let's be real, they just didn't know what they were doing, because why did you get One Piece? One Piece is not for little kids.
So essentially it's quite similar to what happened with Crunchyroll, not Crunchyroll, Funimation and Interspecies Reviewer. They essentially bought it because they wanted to. Actually, I don't know if it's exactly the same, because I'm pretty sure Funimation was just buying the licenses to distribute anime just so other competitors cannot have it, and did not read exactly what they were buying. No, it was correct. They
that's pretty much
were
it.
buying IPs, like the rights to distribute IPs, without first checking what the series was. I'm pretty sure not Funimation, 4Kids saw pirate anime and was like, "Oh, it's a funny, fun, yo ho, pirate's life for me show."
And
then they were like,
no.
"Oh, he punches a whale? Wait, that happens?
People die in the past? I'm sorry, but everything kind of
actually,
irked me.
To be fair, they did mention that Gold D. Roger was hung from the gallows. They actually do they do outright say, yeah, this guy was executed, but yeah.
And I mean, let's not forget when fucking Orlong is sitting there saying, to Bellemere, I'm gonna send you to the dungeon, Puman. And it's like,
Oh yeah, in order to avoid having Nami just stab Usopp non-lethally, but stab him, it basically inputted these lines of them whispering, "Hey, do you have your rubber dagger? I do. All right, give it to me. Okay."
and it's just so stupid because they
Oh
had to
my
go
God.
out of their way. But to kind of bring up the question that you asked about.
Oh yeah,
Mr.
not to
Tubon
mention
Clay.
Laboon is now an iceberg.
Mm-hmm. I mean, now Brooks is gonna miss his iceberg. It's like, oh, you're such a good little iceberg. I wonder what happened now. Like,
Yeah, and I was like very confused. Wait, why is Nami sick? What the what happened?
yeah, oh yeah, they
Oh, yeah.
they skipped that because they had to
Yeah.
go to Chopper because, oh my god, he's a cute, marketable plush. We gotta get to him ASAP.
I don't even think they were able to even show like the introduction of Wapple or something like that.
No.
No, they did. I remember it.
Yeah, he was Russian for some reason.
I think it's because he lived in he was from like a snowy region, and he kind of looked like he had like one of those Russian furry hats.
Yeah, no, I got you. But and again, and not just that, but the censorship that they chose, like how everyone sounded like they were 5 years old, how Nico Robin, aka the most beautiful, One Piece girl, you cannot say I'm wrong. She had a country accent
That's
because she had a
wore a
hat.
cowboy hat.
And
That's
it's
because
like,
she wore a cowboy.
and it's like,
Also,
for
when
kids,
is she gonna
what
wear the cowboy hat again?
Never.
The
Hat she wore as Missile Sunday. When will she wear it again?
Never.
I actually like that. I actually like that style though. But
I am essentially quoting a YouTuber by the name of Mugiwara no Goofy. Every time Nico Robin is on, like he talks about Nico Robin, he's like, "Will she wear a cowboy hat again?" Or like, "When will she wear a cowboy hat?"
yeah, but
And I'm like,
anywho.
okay, yeah, I agree with you.
Now, Abyssal, do you have anything to add with the whole, for kids city censorship? How a lot of it made absolutely no sense, or
Yeah, no, it's for kids. They were censoring without any real comprehension of what they were doing. A lot of the time, it was basically being done by people who did not realize that something animated could be for anyone other than little kids. And by little kids, I'm talking like the 12, 13 and under crowd.
I also think that they didn't realize that half the stuff that they were removing or censoring would eventually basically snowball into a huge issue in the story, because at that point they've already removed important details in the story to where the audience is going to be confused and the story might not even be able to continue because important details are missing.
yeah, because Brooke is really gonna miss his iceberg,
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah,
I don't know One Piece, so I'm missing that reference.
So
but
there is this whale called Laboon who was staying near this one area because he was waiting. He's been waiting for like 50 years for this pirate crew to come back. Turns out that pirate crew, they basically caught this disease that essentially killed everyone, except for Brooke, basically he had a devil fruit called the Revive fruit that essentially brought him back to life whenever he died. But basically his soul couldn't find his body until like 50 years, so he's essentially a skeleton. he'd cry, but he doesn't have any
that's the thing about
eyes.
this. That's
Ho,
going
ho,
on.
ho,
What's going on with the
ho.
skeleton dude?
Yeah, so Brooks' main goal, all of the Straw Hats have their one goal that they want to accomplish. His main goal is to go back to Laboon and play the song that they promised that they would bring for him once they finished traveling the world.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing is that I think where the Straw Hats met Laboon at, they were given the log post thing,
Yes,
the
yes.
Yeah.
compass and stuff. And since they skipped
yeah.
that episode, they had to make up some excuse as to why Nami
Oh, yeah.
was able to find it.
Mhm,
Yeah.
And again, kind of in the conclusion for kids, like with Tsunami, it was all about too much gore, whatever, and also anti-LGBT.
And boobies.
Oh
They
yeah.
were against showing that.
Yes, and with 4 kids, it was more I want to say their hearts were in the right place, but their brains were somewhere else. Because again, why did you censor Japanese thing? It wasn't going to confuse children. In fact, it was going to make children be like, "Ooh, Japan! This is cool. What else does Japan have?" Or something like that.
I
But
think they also censored character names because they were named after
oh yeah.
things.
Like
Oh yeah, they were worried that calling Luffy's brother Ace was problematic because
Ace is a beer. And it's like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but
no, I thought it was because it was related to playing cards.
no.
No, it's a beer.
It was a beer.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a cider. So,
That is the dumbest. Most kids
this is
are
for
going
kids.
to associate it to the playing card or like a very good fighter pilot.
Yeah.
Welcome to censorship, Erica.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
But anywho,
okay.
to kind of stick with the 90s just for a second, though, there's 2 games I want to throw out there. First being Pokemon Red and Blue, that it had a few censorships, so the one that I want to throw out there is the one that you will see on screen when it, goes by, and that being when you first start the game, you can't, cross a certain area due to a guy is on the ground. And it's right here, and this guy's like, well, in the English, it's like, "Oh man, I'm so sleepy, I haven't had my coffee." But the Japanese one is, "Oh, dude, I'm hungover." I mean, it doesn't say dude, but you get the idea. And
There's also censorship in the Dragon Quest games, especially involving the Puff Puff gag.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and also in Warrior Land, since you were talking about being drunk earlier, there are these enemies who are penguins, and everyone, we are all grown, mature adults. Let's act like it. So in the censored version,
Speak for yourself,
in the censored version, these penguins would throw big black balls at Wario, and he would become Dizzy Wario. But in the actual, game, they had mugs of beer, they threw at him, and he was drunk Wario. But, and yes, haha, joke, big black balls, ha ha ha, funny.
Was another game that was censored that I unfortunately I remembered a bit ago, but then immediately forgot about. Hold on, let me try to remember. Okay,
well, as you're trying to remember, but and
yeah, Vivian from The Thousand Year Door.
So
gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Oh, I saw it.
That basically, so Vivian in the original Japanese is an otokonoko, which essentially is a man a very feminine-looking man who dresses like a woman. The original GameCube release, they just made him a woman, and then in the recent re-release localization, they decided to do the fan canon, appease the fan canonists, and make them a trans woman.
Erica,
It's just very irritating.
now,
Because
Erica,
there's
in all technicality, in case we get attacked, you at least want to tell the audience. That way they can shut
oh
up.
yeah, I identify as trans, so fuck you.
Yes, and I'm sorry I had to have you do that, but you know as well as I do, people would be like, "Oh, you're transphobic." It's like, no.
No, you're the transphobic ones.
Yes, yes. So, but
We
yes.
actually get our transphobia from real trans people, so
Oh
we're
yeah,
winning.
oh yeah.
And
Anyway,
but yes, yes. So, that way we're protected. There's a barrier that we. I mean,
actually, that's not guaranteed protection because people are
oh yeah.
there are
But
very
by all means. But you know.
very horrible people.
Oh, and
out there.
also I'm bisexual. So you got two LGBT.
You're a bicycle?
I'm going to kill you, Erica. Anywho, now I
Technically,
am
I can't. It's not it.
now
Lore-wise, I can't actually die.
now I'm
So.
bi-furious.
Wait, wasn't that the
Yes.
weird Rainbow Bridge thing?
What?
Rainbow Road?
Oh no, that was Bifrost.
Bifrost. Oh yeah.
They're so easy to
from
confuse.
Norse
Yeah.
mythology.
But anywho.
Oh, there was a squirrel that could have just climbed the world tree. Yggdrasil.
Yes.
I'm
But
back.
anywho-
Climb Yggdrasil.
Oh, yay,
I don't
so
remember what the
back.
squirrel's name is. Essentially, the squirrel was the Norse equivalent of Hermes, just being a messenger for everyone.
But anywho,
Okay,
so to kind of continue, now we move past the whole 4Kids and tsunami type censorship and we come to the more modern era where censorship
Modern era.
censorship is more interesting, if you will, because we got to censor women mostly 9 times out of 10. We can't say male to female. We gotta say body A, body B.
To serve an agenda.
Yeah.
And
which sucks.
And mind you, by the way, there's no reason to censor these games that were made.
Actually, I recently learned that the reason for Rouge the Bat's initial design was because the creator of Sonic Adventure 2 really loved Latinas.
I also love
As one
Latinas.
does.
I also love
So
Latinas.
essentially, the people cheering for her losing her curves are racist.
I mean, it's really a surprise.
I don't have any basis for other than the fact that she is based on Latinas, but people have accused others of racism for far less.
I mean, is it really a surprise? Because let's be real. Let's just be real for a second. Those who preach about, censorship and how we need to have it and yada yada yada, 9 times out of 10 they have skeletons in their closet.
Those
example
who virtue signal the loudest have the most to hide.
Yeah, one example
Whether
being
it's because they're guilty of enjoying the very thing they're complaining about, or they have something that even worse that they want to hide.
One example being in 2016 when they did a live, 2 real-life Japanese girls were, patting each other's butts to show the jiggle physics. Everyone was enjoying that, and then the slob, who was controlling the Twitch stream, whatever, had it cut off due to he found it offensive. Well, it turns out that he loved cheese pizza, so
I hate that cheese pizza has become a code word for that.
I mean, there's also cupcakes, and I like actual cupcakes, and it's because we can't say the word, we can't say it because YouTube TOS, but
because the people in charge of YouTube are terrified of actual language.
Oh yeah, that's why we have to babyfy. And here's the thing, it's like that one.
Infantilized language, because
It's like that
actually we're
one.
not even monetized. I guess if we say enough like not okay words, it eventually will like be buried under the algorithm rather than. Yeah,
We could
I guess
probably
there's
go.
that.
Yeah, Erica's right. We could probably go ham before.
Yeah, we're not monetized. We don't have monetization.
Wait a minute, you mean I can say fuck? My favorite fucking
Yeah, you
word
can
in the
say
English
fuck.
fucking language? Like fuck titty caca? Yes! Okay, let's not go too
Yeah,
heavy.
fornication under command of the king.
Hell yeah! Fantastic. Okay, let's not be silly.
No, I vote, in fact, for extra silliness.
Oh yeah.
But
He's gonna get us canceled.
no.
We're
I've never been canceled before. I'm so excited.
Yay!
I've been canceled once, but
Oh,
it was
no,
for
no,
a
no,
really
no.
stupid reason.
See, me and Erica, we can just be assholes and play the LGBT card.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
guess
so
so.
yeah, they'll cancel me. They'll cancel me.
Oh, no. We will, you're like, hey, no. He's with us.
You fuck with him. This is like New York. That scene from Spider-Man. You know, you fuck with one of us, you fuck with all of us.
Hell yeah. You know, I am, Spartacus.
And here's a montage of an idealistic version of New York where everyone just eats pizza. It's the introduction for the
Brooklyn
second
style
movie.
is the way you should be eating pizza.
Hell
So
yeah.
Essentially, it's the intro scene from the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah. But anywho, Phil.
The cops, the
So-
criminals, everyone eats pizza.
So, real quick before we go, I'd like to cover some of the more recent stuff that's happened as far as censorship goes,
Oh yes.
and
the
why
stage-
we are.
The stage is yours. Here's the mic, here's the stage. And if you get stage fright, remember, do what I do. Imagine everyone that's hot and sexy in their underwear.
So, a few years back, some major U.S. credit card processors, mainly Visa and MasterCard, started going after the Japanese software distribution site DLSoft. And they're basically saying, they were going, you guys are showing stuff that has children being, or incest, or all this other bad stuff, and we have to protect it. It's not allowed. So we're going to basically stop all payment to you guys. And DL site was basically like, oh well, since Japan doesn't use those credit pay processors for the most part. Now they have gone after Steam.
Well, they went
They're-
after other companies and stuff.
Yeah.
Such like manga sites, like
Mhm.
other like anime sites and stuff.
They've been, and the general approach is the same thing. We're doing it to protect the children. It's not
think
to protect the children.
They were saying brand protection.
Oh, no,
Brand protection, protect the children, all that stuff.
Whenever you
The-
say protect the children, it's always in air quotes. Because what really is I just want to, be a Puritan, a puritanical asshole.
Oh yeah, they have not done anything to OnlyFans, which has actual like problematic
Yeah.
content.
You have, yes, there's various adult websites that have had issues, severe issues with the type of content that pretty much everyone I know who likes a lot of the more animated stuff really has problems with. As in, the people who tend to like lollies, they really don't like it when people mess with the real thing, as it were.
And one great YouTuber who also does this is Jay Senpai. He talks about this kind of thing, and he goes into great detail. By all means, please check out Jay Senpai. He's awesome. Continue up this. I didn't mean to, interrupt you there.
Yeah. In general, though, this is not being done to protect children. This is not being done to protect brands. This is so they can control what you're spending your money on. If the people running these payment processor companies don't like your politics, they don't like your views on certain things, they don't like what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They want the ability to cut you off completely. And we've seen this in both Canada and over in Great Britain, where if you do something that the powers that be don't like, they won't just arrest you. They'll literally try to cut you off from your life.
Mm-hmm.
And in Britain now, they've had a law go into effect where you have to, in order to consume anything that they have labeled adult, including sites like 4chan, you have to digitally verify that you are over 18. Who here wants their actual face in the hands of a company like 4chan?
I mean,
Yeah, no.
Or, I mean, look at even Discord. If you want to access channels that have been labeled as adult only, you have to be like, here's my actual picture, where an AI then scans your face and is like, okay, they look like they're over 18. And yeah, people have been finding new and interesting ways to bypass these things, but we've all seen how companies like Discord and others, they don't have the greatest security. Do you want to trust Discord with your face, with your real name, your birthday? Because obviously, yeah. So they're going to start out with, they're like, okay, we'll take a picture of your face. And now people are using ways to spoof that. And you're like, okay, well, now because you're spoofing that, we have to be even more stringent. And that's the thing that you always have to take into account with censorship. Mm-hmm. Two big rules. First thing, censorship will always get worse until someone gives it a good, swift kick in the balls back down the hill.
Oh, actually,
so.
And
on a semi-related note, there is actually a piece of legislation in those of you in the United States of America. There is a piece of legislation that is in Congress. Hold on, let me see it. I have a tab for it.
Okay.
I think.
Definitely send that to Kala, and she can pin it. Because yes, definitely,
actually
we need to have this thing passed. Because
it is the Fair Access to Banking Act. Essentially, it will summary. Let me go to the summary. It is this bill places restrictions on certain banks, credit unions, and payment card networks if they refuse to do business with a person who complies with the law. Restrictions include prohibiting the use of electric fund transfer systems and lending programs, termination of an institution's depository insurance, and specified civil penalties. Banks and other specified financial institutions are allowed to deny financial services to a person only if the denial is justified by a documented failure of that person to meet quantitative, impartial, risk-based standards established in advance by the institution. This justification may not be based on reputational risks to the institution. The bill establishes the right for a person to bring a civil action for a violation of this bill. So yeah, call your local congressman and to ask them if they're not co-sponsoring this bill, call your local congressman and ask them to support it. Be sure to explain to them why they should, because
Mhm.
not
Regardless
every
of
politician is
regardless of how
going
you vote.
to. Yeah.
And this is something that, in all fairness, we can all, far right, far left,
There's also a
everyone
buns
can join
load, a
this.
metric, a buns load of various petitions and stuff
Mhm.
that you can
And
probably
one
sign.
thing
But
I've noticed, and even before
there
all
you
of
go.
this, but
I posted it in the group chat.
alright. But one thing I've also noticed is like this right here, this censorship nonsense. We can all, no matter who we are or what we are,
We have the power.
well, we can all join. We have a common enemy. Like to the furries out there who are,
And don't
and it's usually
don't
the
fucking
furries.
be all like, oh well, these are just porn games. I'm fine with them. It's about time Steam cleaned those up. No, fuck that. Do not just
Oh no
let
no,
it
guess what?
slide
Guess what?
because you're
Here's the
fucking.
thing.
It's because you don't like it.
Oh, here's the thing.
Don't be like that.
Today,
Because eventually it'll happen to you. You will wake up one day, be like, okay, I want to watch this movie that I love watching, and suddenly it is now not allowed. You cannot watch it on any platform. You cannot play this video game because it is violent. You everything will be sanitized if you let it. If you let these people doing the censorship get away, you
And
give
we're
them
kind
an
of
inch,
reversed
they'll
to back
fucking take a mile. Wake up,
rule one right there.
people! Wake up and smell the fucking coffee.
And one thing
You
I do want
have the power. These people, they think they have the power, but they are powerless. If we unite, we can kick them in the balls.
Yes!
Metaphorically speaking.
crush the balls. Crush. But no, one thing I do want to throw
Like
out
in
too,
the
by the
first
way.
episode of Mezzo DSA.
But one thing I do want to throw out there too, by the way, in all seriousness, there's hypocrisy to be had here. Going back to 2016 when Sony decided to stop making Seinen Kaga because it's sexist, misogynistic, pee-pee poo-poo.
Oh yeah, shit, I just remembered Sony's just whole, like, censorship shtick.
Oh yeah,
where
hold
he,
on.
like, censored
So,
so
in that
much.
same year when they decided to kick Seinen Kaga, they made, with Neil Cuckman, the game Last of Us 2, where you get to see this ugly bitch named Abby getting, pegged by this ugly dude, and you get to see all the ugliness and it's like, wait a minute.
Oh,
why
so
is...
it's an ugly bastard Dojin.
Oh yeah, and it's like, why is this okay, and Seinen Kaga wasn't? And you see this a lot too with the whole, the gay bear sex scene in Baldur's Gate, 3. That's okay, but yet Stellar Blade, now that's misogyny and, all this and that. Never forget...
Funny enough, a lot of those folks that were cheering it discovered, oh wait, I don't know, like a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 had like stuff for everyone.
Well,
and apparently a lot of people were angry about the stuff that was not for them, that was in the game.
I mean, of course, because the thing is, what they want is censorship for themselves. They don't want there to be a compromise. Case in point, you got Pokemon Go, where why can we not have the option of being a beautiful woman or body type B? Why did you give us...
Baldur's Gate 3 though, I am glad, even though I haven't played it because my PC is a fucking potato, I am glad that there is a way to recruit Minthara without having to exterminate the entire grove. I am thankful for that.
But like, it's
anyway.
like, why is that okay, but our thing isn't? And one thing that I've noticed too when it comes to us individuals of culture, if you will, we are here in our own lane doing our own thing. If someone else enjoys the thing that we like, we say, hey, come on over, let's enjoy this together, whatever. Whether it's Seinen Kaga, Queen's Blade, Icon, Ecchi Games, whatever. We enjoy it together.
Agent Aika with
but we
BRB.
never basically force it on others. Meanwhile, these Puritans, they come marching in, banging on the door like, hey, you can't enjoy this game because I find it offensive, even though it has nothing to do with me, and I don't even play this shit, but you have to like it what I like. Mind you, they always say, by the way, if you don't like it, don't play it. Meanwhile, they don't live by their own rules. This is meant for us. This was for us. This anime has a target audience, which is us. You are not involved. You are not a part of this demographic. Go watch Blue's Clues or Peppa Pig or Teen Titans Go. Something that's within your, level. Let us enjoy Fire Force. Let us enjoy this ecchi. Let us enjoy the thing that was meant for us. This wasn't for you. But they don't care about that. They want everything to be censored to fit their, basically their ideology. Whereas, like, no, we have to make sure that all women are body type 2 and men are body type 1. And you can't have a damsel distress and all of this and that. And it's like, censorship, again, at the end of the day, is, by all means, by all intents and purposes, evil. Now, since I think, is there anything else we're, missing? Because Abyssal, you did your, port with the whole, calling out the credit card companies, and rightfully so. And again, by all means, please, tell your, congressman or whoever, hey, do not let this bill pass. We, the artists, and here's the thing, by the way.
Credit card companies went after H.io.
By the way,
It's unacceptable.
the thing is, again, you can say, oh, it doesn't have anything to do with me. Guess what? Today, it's about ecchi. Today, it's about
There is a
boobies
very,
and butt.
very well-known poem that basically goes, first they, or basically the guy lists all the groups of people that they went after. And then when they went after him, nobody was there to speak up for him.
But as I was saying, though, like, and here's the thing. Right now it's about boobies and, ecchi stuff. But guess what? Tomorrow, hell, there's already a thing where there's this one game, I think it was Keyframe, where
In
this
Australia, this particular group managed to get Grand Theft Auto and I think Detroit to Become Human pulled from shelves.
Yeah, there you go. And mind you, those aren't ecchi porn games. But yet, here we are. Two games
They're like,
that have...
Grand Theft Auto 5, you can run over people with tanks and shoot at people. And
yeah, and guess what? It involves you now. And I've seen this with the furry community too, when, the credit card company was like, hey, we aren't gonna, do this with furries. And they're like, oh shit, wait a minute. This affects us? It's like, yes. We're in this together. We are against...
Furries are some of the most hypocritical people ever. They're like, no, our stuff is different. We are not like those people, even though, like, and then... Yeah, it's just...
And I mean, that's a lot of dark things I know about the furries, thanks to Dead Wing Dork, but you don't want to know those stories. But what I will say though is, you know what? I think right now is a good, I think we should get to a conclusion. I mean, does anyone else have anything important to say?
We have been like ranting and rambling and raving for quite a while.
Yeah.
Actually, Abyssal,
Just how most of these go down.
Do you have a rave or rant?
Well, I was kind of on one a little bit there, but yeah, no. We hit a lot of the nails in the coffin. We aren't dealing with people who, if you give people the power to censor you, they're not going to use that power wisely. You are just you're bound to whatever they think is correct.
Never give up your freedom.
Yeah, that's the thing. And you know what? I think right now is a nice little conclusion because, like Abyssal said, we did get all the important parts. We got the news info out there. So, you know what? In conclusion, on my part anyway, we when it comes to the anime fans, the furries, people who are into the kinky, freaky shit, legal, mind you, actual legal, mind you, things like that, we're in this together. It's the whole my enemy of my enemy is my friend. We are against a common enemy. That enemy who wants to look at us and say, hey, you can't have, itchy. You can't have this because I, who don't even, have anything to do with this, find it offensive.
This issue is not limited to red team versus blue team, Republican versus Democrat. It's not like fucking
I think you got it with red and blue. I think that's the nice analogy.
Yeah, it is not like one side versus the other. It is something that affects everyone, and we should all unite against it.
Exactly, because
like the like in the Rankin Bass Hobbit movie, where it's like, "Oh, Elf King, my truest ally. Hey, we must unite. Ah, yes, we will help you. You are always your people are like brothers to me, and I as well." Even though they were literally about to kill each other a while ago.
I mean, well, you war does things for you. The common enemy.
I mean, to be fair, they were like,
and we are indeed at war here. We are in a form of war against people who do not appreciate.
Do you not understand?
They don't want to understand us.
Yeah, because guess what?
And yeah, it sounds kind of one of those wild us versus them.
It's not
yeah, because guess what?
Right now is where we need to make the stand. Right now is where we need to get this stuff put into law and written down so that it can indeed go no further. Because if the further we let these issues go, the harder it is exponentially so to reclaim these rights. To look at big bouncy anime titties.
Yeah, need to have a full-scale revolution if we just let things.
And guess what?
Yeah, and everyone's like, no, we don't. Do you need to look at big bouncy anime titties? No, but once they are comfortable taking that right away from you, they're going to start looking at the next right. And like you said, first they came for the anime titties, or first they came for the lollies, then they came for the anime titties, then they came for the furries, and then all of a sudden, each time they're going to take more and more and more.
Guess see how much they can get away with before something snaps.
Because guess what?
Something.
Like, to those of you who enjoy, games with guns in them, these Puritans, they're like, guns
they'll eventually decide that, no, we can't have LGBT stuff. They'll do that. They'll go after that too.
Yeah, because
hell, one of the games that they had removed from Steam is the SCP game, because one of the creatures in there, Peanut, for those who are familiar with SCP, they're like, it's a naked it's naked. And I'm just like,
also SCP-096 naked.
I do not remember off the top of my head, but
096 is the tall, white, super thin creature that goes.
Oh, Shy Guy. Yeah. Technically, yes. But yeah, no, it's like these are this is a reach, and it's a reach so they can see how far they can go. And if you let them keep going, they're gonna take everything.
Unfortunately, Gabe Newell got his King Tama stolen by someone.
Yeah, so again, to the furries out there, to the Grand Theft Auto lovers, to the Modern Warfare lovers, to whoever,
Mhm.
artists of any kind. We're not so different. This is the time we need to, step up, get together, and be like, hey, we have a common enemy. It is no longer, red versus blue. It is us versus the actual true enemy. This is, the apocalypse, if you will. This is X-Men. Here's, the Brotherhood of Mutants with, the Xavier mutants. And
Oh, that's by Apocalypse. Okay.
yeah. And so, yeah, we
Basically, have right now to make this stand.
Hang on, quick question. Did the Decepticons and the Autobots join together in order to fight Unicron, or was that just like...
Oh, no, that was in
It was
Armada.
kinda, yeah.
That was Armada, my personal
Okay.
favorite. Especially since
All right.
Starscream had, like, Vegeta's whole story thing going on. But that's beside the point.
Okay.
But, no. Silhouette, do you have a in conclusion?
Not so much. I mean, I think you guys have kind of hit it on the nail on the head. I'm just over here listening to you guys.
Alright, well, in that case...
what was the name of that Japanese dish that is... never mind. I've already grossed out Scala with that information. I'm not going to do it again.
I mean, no matter, even if it is kind of funny.
Hold on, what is...
But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, it was fantastic. And also, in the words of Blue Snow, cock-a-doodle pussy! It is fun to say vulgarity, not just in the morning, but any time of day. Especially as long as we're free to enjoy the hobbies that we love. We need to make sure to backhand the assholes who want to censor us. Alright, Erica,
so
you want to do
I
your
think
thing?
we are done, so let's all get Kaninabe.
Yay! Bye!
Kaninabe is a crab hot pot dish that is enjoyed in regions like Hokkaido.
Ooh, nice. Alright, bye!